Okay, this is the second video in the set of videos for Square Restaurant POS, and we're still talking about the dashboard, and we're looking at the account settings, and we're looking at deposits. Okay, as we said earlier, this is the deposit dates and times that Square will make your deposit into your bank account. Okay, so it's Friday, well, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can do an instant deposit into your bank account, but there's a 1% of the deposit charge by Square, so that's pretty expensive. Software overview. This is a set of videos that are not as in-depth or intense as the videos that I originally sent you. These are kind of skimmed over views of what each of these products do. Okay, Support Center. This is where you would type a question in here. How do I log into the dash? Okay, and so it'll give you some choices. You can browse specific topics. You can also click Contact, and here are some items that may be applicable to what you're trying to do. And I'm looking for where you actually can send Square an email. Here's the forums here. But there is a way to send them an email and actually ask them a question, which I don't see right now. Let's go back. We're clicking the back button. Get back to the dashboard. Main menu. Okay, so that's the overview for the Square dashboard. Let's go back to items, okay, which is really where the blood and guts are of a point of sale system, because you're selling something. So we have an item set up here. Let's click on it, and we'll see how it's actually set up, and then we'll go ahead and we'll add an item. So I have a category set up called Service, and under Service I have an item called Software Installation, and its SKU number, stock keeping unit, or part number, or item number, is 12345. You can assign whatever item number you want, and its description is regular. So this is a regular software installation. That's being billed at $65. Okay. So this is, in my case, per hour. In your case, it would be per item. And you can actually choose a location if you have multiple locations, or you plan to have multiple locations. you can have this item appear in just this location. And then you can have a modifier that modifies software installation. So by that, I mean there is something different or something unique. Okay, think of unique. There's something unique about this software installation. So I've got an item, a modifier called special. So this is a special software installation, and there's an additional charge associated with this. Okay, the modifier is set up for a special of $10. Okay, now I can enter a description here. Software installation for this piece of software. Okay, then I can come down here and click the save button, which you cannot see. Okay, it says you have saved your settings. Now, it's a little weird how you get out of here. You can't just click here and have this closed. You actually got to click on one of these other descriptors across the top. So let's look at categories in items. So I've got service. We can create a new category, and we'll call this support. Okay, and I can create another category called components. This is when I sell a component to somebody. Or I can create a category called system design. Okay, and I can see right now that under my service category, I have one item. Now, the little garbage can means delete. And all throughout Square, these are grayed out. Now, normally on a PC, that means that you can't click them. But in this case, you can't. So if you want to get rid of one of these categories, you'd click the little garbage can, and they would say, are you sure you want to delete the component category? And this category will affect 0 items. The action cannot be undone. So I'll click delete category. They don't get rid of it. Okay. Now let's look at modifiers. So we're going to create a modifier set. So under support, well, we have to create an item first. So we'll say PC support. Okay, so we've got a category of support. We're going to pick our category, and we're going to create an item underneath that category called support, called PC support, and we're going to click create the item. We're going to type in the item name. We're going to give it a SKU number of something, 12346, and we're going to say the regular PC support item is going to be, say, $45. Okay. Now I can have another variation of this item, PC support, 47, and I'll call this special. And so that's $50. Okay, so I've got two variations of the same item. For PC support. Now click the Save button. I'll go back to my item library. And I'll see that under PC support, under the category of support, I have two price variations. Okay, and there's two different variations of PC support. There's the regular one at $45 an hour, and there's a special one, okay, which is more complex actually. Maybe that's a better descriptor for it, at $50 an hour. So now I can apply a modifier. Okay, we're going to click on the modifications across the top and then click on create modifier set, and we'll say PC for PCs. And click save. Oh, we forgot our options. So the option of a modifier means that this is what's going to be applied to the item. So we'll say the modifier is going to be PC support for PCs, and we'll say extra special. Okay, and it's going to have an add-on charge of $10. So that's what the modifier does. It modifies the item and attaches an additional charge to the item. Okay, so that's a review of items, modifiers, and categories. Remember, you have the highest level is categories, and then within categories you have items, and within items you have modifiers to the items. Okay, so now let's look at discounts. So I've set up a 10% off discount. Okay, we'll create another discount, and we'll say that this is 20% off. Okay, and we key in 20%. Okay, we can have percentage or we can have dollars. So, and we could set it up so that a special passcode is required at the register, so that, say, a manager or the owner would have to put in a special passcode so that the discount could be applied. And then we click the Save button. It tells us that our discount has been saved, and we can see it over here. Okay. So, taxes. I've created a tax for the state of North Carolina for the location Dan Shack of North Carolina at 7%. So let's go through this. We click Create Tax. Yeah, so we'll say Florida. State tax. And we'll say that that's 6%. 6 and a percent sign. And our choices are add the tax to the item or include tax in the item price. So normally you would leave it as add tax to the item price. Okay? And we can enable or disable this tax. Probably you'll end up with putting taxes in that are enabled because that's